I got over 30,000 points in this week's Damage Wasps trial, and this is exactly how I did it. I did this solo, so if you're playing duos or squads, you can push this much higher. Especially in trios, I genuinely think 100,000 plus with this method is possible, as long as you make it back alive, because squads tend to be more PvP oriented. For this run, I needed a hatch key because I was playing during the Cold Snap map condition. Cold Snap gives you a ×2 score multiplier, and it also allows raiders to use hatches, and those are the two biggest things to think about when you're choosing your map and condition. You can also do this on Electromagnetic Storm or Night Raid, which I actually wanted, but Night Raid wasn't available at the time. The second most important thing is your equipment, and this is what the method is really about. Before going all out to beat my score, I played a few games just to farm snitch scanners. These items respawn 2 wasps when you throw them, so you can use that mechanic to farm score. I needed as many snitch scanners as possible, so I spent a few games hunting snitches whenever I was topside. And honestly, you can gather these naturally too. Just shoot every snitch you see. All you have to do is tag it before it locks onto someone else, it flies straight to you, and then you grab the scanner. I knew I was going for the highest score possible, because when I'm recording this, we're in the final week of this season's trials, and I wanted to push the leaderboard. I also wanted to see how far this technique can really go. So I packed a lot of scanners in my backpack, and I mean a lot. I even went into the match with no adrenaline shots just to carry more. I also brought a few Siku grenades because they're super helpful and basically one-hit wasps, so they save you in rough moments. I brought one wolf pack too, just in case someone tried to ruin the run and I needed to delete the wasps instantly. For my primary weapon, I chose the hull cracker because it lets you one-tap wasps. I tested legendary weapons too, but hull cracker did the best job for me. As a secondary, bring whatever you're comfortable with for both PvE and PvP, because you'll rely on that weapon for everything outside the trial farming. I also brought a heavy shield and a combat augment, mainly because I like being ready for anything, especially getting jumped by rats. I chose to play on Buried City, mostly because at the time it was the only map available with Cold Snap, but honestly it ended up being a great choice. I got lucky with the spawn too. I started far from high-value loot spots, with nothing around that would attract other players. I got even luckier because I spawned in a tunnel that completely hid me from the freezing storm outside, and it was a perfect place to farm wasps. At that point, I started the plan and began throwing scanners. I didn't want to push it, I wanted to take my time and play it safe, so I mostly threw 1 scanner at a time. Sometimes I threw 2, or I'd spot a snitch that could bring even more wasps to me. The maximum amount of scanners you can chain is 7. After that, the next scanner won't spawn wasps. It's capped at 7. The main thing is you have to be ready to stop everything and defend yourself if you need to. I was far from everyone, so there was nobody to help me if someone pulled up. By the time I used my last scanner, I was already over 30,000 points, so I headed to the safest extraction I could. I chose the one under the hospital. And that's also when I realized I didn't bring the hatch key, so I had to take normal extraction and actually risk the score. This might be the most important part of every trial, getting safely home. You only keep the score if you extract alive. I got lucky. The other player at the station was also doing trials and was super friendly. And that's how I ended the match. So yeah, this tech gets you an easy 3-star clear and all the rewards, and it also lets you push much higher even on solo. If you run it with a friend, you can climb way closer to the top of the leaderboard, depending on your rank and how safe your lobbies are. Good luck, Raiders! Comment your high score on this trial, and if this helped, it would mean a lot if you hit like. Godspeed, Raiders.